Good morning, my petty pearls. It is your favorite petty Scorpio from Clutch My Pearls Entertainment. So it is the beginning of a week, another fine and lovely Monday morning. It is also the last week of this month, and Halloween is on Thursday. So if you haven't already done Halloween parties and you plan on going trick-or-treating, be safe. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully it'll cool down for Halloween. So when we're all in these costumes, well, I'm not wearing a costume, but if you're out there in a costume and you're walking around, it'll be nice and chilly so that you're not sweating up under your costume. All right, so let's get into the quote for today. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader, they set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. I don't have an author for that one. If you do know the author, to that one, you can go ahead and put it in my comments. But I didn't get an author for that one. I saw the quote and I thought it was really, really great, especially for people who are trying to be in leadership or have leaders that they report to that don't necessarily fall into that bucket. We've all been under leaders where they're literally there for the title. They want the authority. They want they just want to be able to talk over people or talk down to people. They just want to rule over people. And that's not how you should be in leadership. When you go into leadership, you should be there because you want to develop others. You want to help them get to their end goal. And even if they don't want to develop into something bigger and higher and they're just good with where they are, because I've had team members that were like that. They were just like, listen, I'm here for a paycheck, but I'm gonna still do my job well. You still want to be, as a good leader, to still develop them the way that they need to as changes come up in the world, because we already know with corporate America and most jobs, change is inevitable. Change happens all the time, almost every day sometimes. But you do want to be able to see the ones for who they are and see the ones who want to do bigger and better things. And it's your job as a leader to help develop them and get them where they need to be, while also still continually helping the ones who don't want to go any further than who they are and what they do. During my time in leadership across a couple of companies, that was one of the biggest things for me. People thought it was, oh, I'm doing all this because I want the title. It's not about the title. It's about being able to develop others as I was developed. I've had a lot of great leaders in my life. And if you talk to some of my previous team members, they felt like I was a good leader to them during the course of the time that I was their leader. And I value that because I didn't intend on just being a good leader. I wanted to be a leader that would help those who wanted to be helped, but also still be there for them and have compassion and empathy for situations that come up. My goal was to be there for them while also giving them the tools that they needed to succeed. I always felt like that's what leaders did for me, so that's what I should do for others. Some people don't have that instincts, and it's really hard to work in an environment where you have management. Because I'm going to say management, because leaders are people who want to lead people into good spaces. Managers are just people who just manage. I don't even know how else to describe it. They're just there to manage. And the problem is that they don't do anything outside of just managing. They're there for the title. They're there to tell you what to do and when to do it, and that's it. If you want to figure out how to do it, most times you have to go figure it out yourself. You have to make the mistakes and figure out the best course of action for you, which is not that great of a way to manage. But then that goes back to leaders. Leaders will help you figure out the way. If you can't find the way yourself, they will give you the tools you need to find the way. They'll direct you in the right way. They'll guide you into the process as best as they can. They will also learn how you learn. That was a big thing for me too. I had to realize how to understand how each individual person under my team learns information and cater different one-on-ones to get them into the process or have them learn how to do the process. And I also tried to help them learn how to make the process work for them, because going like this, and this doesn't always work for everybody. And as long as you're meeting the goal in the steps that you need to meet the goal, even if the steps are out of whack, as long as it doesn't break anything, do it. So And in my job function or my previous job function, we could do that. We could move this step to the front and move this step to the back, because at the end of the day, the step needed to be done, and it did need to be done in a certain way. So it was nice to be able to lead my previous team towards a lot of success. And don't get me wrong, we weren't perfect. No one is. We still made mistakes. I made mistakes. I held them accountable. They held me accountable. And it's also in the way that you hold people accountable too. That's the effective of a good leader. A good leader, when they hold you accountable for something that you have done wrong, you don't feel attacked. You don't feel like, oh, I'm just going to get fired. I'm going to get this. You don't feel that when you have a good leader. So that's why when I say leadership versus management, that's what I mean. Leaders are people who strive to not only be successful in their own right, but to help others be successful as well. Managers, all they want to do is just manage. They don't want to do anything more than that. They're going to give you some paperwork and say, here's what you need to do. And pretty much you'll probably have to figure it out yourself. So if you ever intend to be in leadership, if you not already are, I hope that you will want to be a leader versus a manager. And I hope for everyone under the sound of my voice that you are under good leadership and not management. I know it's not easy in the world that we are in. It's not easy in most companies to find good leadership. I'm hoping that as change comes in people's minds and their hearts, maybe we'll see more good leadership versus managers in the future. So fingers crossed. Outside of that, that is all my message for today. I hope all of you lovelies have a great week. And even better Mondays, because Mondays is what really helps you get a good week. So hopefully your Monday is phenomenal so that the rest of your week just slides by. And like I said, for anyone who's going out for Halloween, I hope y'all are safe and I hope y'all have fun. As always, I will talk to y'all later. And remember, be poised, but stay petty. Bye.